Hi everybody! Welcome to our very first presentation, which is our orientation for this class. Every week I'm going to have a little orientation video, a little overview of the week that will let you know what the content's going to be that we're going to be learning about, what the assignments are going to be, and how everything kind of fits together. This week, because it's the first week, you're going to have a series of orientation videos. So I think there's going to be four videos that will give you a good overview of what the class is like, what the content is like, and what you should be expecting in this class this semester. I'm very excited. Again, my name is Meg Hatton. I will be your instructor all semester, and I do want to just welcome you, and I hope you're as excited as I am. So the first thing I want to show you is the syllabus. The syllabus is posted in week 1 on D2L under content. And content is something I will show you in our next video, so you will be able to know how to navigate through D2L. And I know many of you might already know how to navigate through D2L, but it might be a good refresher. I really hope that you watch all 4 of these videos, because in the past, the students that don't watch the videos are really confused all semester, and they don't understand how the class works because they never watched the videos. I only talk about important things in the videos, like our syllabus. So here it is. Where I want you to pay really close attention is to my office hours right here, and to how to contact me, which is right here. Those 2 things are really, really important to me, because it is really important for me to build a good relationship with you. So I want you to know that I know that this is an online class, and it's a completely online class. So you won't be asked or required, I should say, you won't be required to come to campus at any time. It's a completely online class. However, in one of our first assignments, I'm going to ask you where you live and if you have access to campus. And the reason I'm going to ask that is because I've taught this class online before, and I have invited everybody to come in and meet me. And so we have a face-to-face meeting, and we can talk about your work, and we can talk about who you are and who I am, and get to know each other. And that builds a little bit of a closer relationship, and that relationship makes it easier to teach, and it makes it easier to learn. So I really invite all of you to come to campus and to meet me. And here are my office hours again. This is when I'm in my office waiting for somebody to come and visit me. I have candy in there. So please feel free to come anytime during my office hours. The best way to get a hold of me is to email me, and my email is right here, and I'll be emailing you as well, because I teach face-to-face classes as well. So if you want to call me on the phone, that's great. I love talking to students on the phone as well. But I'm not always in my office. Sometimes I'm teaching a class, sometimes I'm in meetings. I have many responsibilities on campus, so I have lots of meetings. And I work from home a lot too. I have 3 kids, like you know, and so I'm here at home today, and it's just, I don't want to miss your phone call. So, and I also think that even if you're coming into my office hour, it would be really, really great if you could just shoot me an email and let me know you're coming, or let me know that you want to set up a phone call meeting. And if you can't come during my office hours, then you can absolutely set up an appointment with me. I've done that in the past. I've had students that work full-time, and I'm usually on campus during the day. That's usually my hours, but I can sometimes schedule things so I can be at Normandale in the evening so I can meet you then. I'll do whatever I can so we can meet and talk, and that will make it a little less intimidating to come to campus if you want me to read a draft in person. And, you know, it is an English class, and it is really hard to have a conversation about your writing over email or whatever. So I understand that, and I am more than willing to meet with you and to help you. So just keep that in mind, that you have an open invitation to come and see me. And I also want you to know that I know that Syllabus is really not the most exciting reading. I understand that. But it is really important that you read the syllabus and you understand how the class works. The syllabus is that contract between students and teachers. It gives you information on grading. It gives you information on content and how the class works. So it's really important for you to look through there and read it and understand all the components of our class. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me and ask me questions about it. So, that's really what I'm here for, is to answer your questions. So that is the syllabus. And here's a little piece of the syllabus also that I want to talk to you about. And these are our units that we will be studying this semester. Our first unit is the personal narrative. Personal narrative is where we're going to begin. And it's more of a creative writing exercise. And we're going to be focusing on style. And then I'm going to expect you to keep in mind all of the stylistic things that you have learned during your personal narrative unit and apply those to your other assignments that are in your next two units, which the next one is your rhetorical mode essay. Your rhetorical mode essay is going to be the bulk of our semester. That's where we're going to spend the most time. It is the most in-depth learning. You're going to be learning how to write an academic text, cite your sources, and synthesize many different sources. It's the most difficult paper, and that's why we spend the most time on it. So we chunk it up into little bite-sized pieces so you will be able to do it, and they are the coolest papers ever. So I always am excited to teach that. The last unit is our argument project. And this is going to happen right at the end of the semester. And it's going to be sort of your final exam. It's going to be due during finals week, the Tuesday of finals week at 8 a.m. That is when it's due. You can hand it in early if you want. But that is exactly when it is due, and you're going to have a couple of weeks to get that all together. What's going to be really important for that project is that you're going to pay attention to the podcast, which is going to be our text that is going to overarch the whole semester. So we're going to be listening to the podcast Serial, Season 1, and we are going to be listening to one episode per week for 12 weeks. And maybe at the end of the podcast, I might be remembering incorrectly. I think maybe you listen to 2 in 1 week, or I think you have 2 weeks to do 2, but 2 are due on the same week. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, it's 1 a week, and that's going to be our routine, and you will have a discussion board that you will be responding and reflecting on the podcast as we go. And it's going to be important for you to do some really good thinking and good writing about each podcast, because that is going to be the material you're going to go back to in order to do your argument project. So it's really important that you start paying attention right now to what's happening in the podcast. And this podcast is about a boy named Adnan Syed, Adnan Syed, and he's been convicted of murder. And so we're going to go through that case, and you're going to want to be paying close attention to him to see if he really is guilty or is he innocent. So that is going to be the overarching arc of our class to pay attention to. Okay, so that's the most important parts that I wanted to touch on right now with you for the syllabus. Please read it and let me know if you have any other questions. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was our course syllabus, our course schedule. This course schedule is going to come out every Friday. Our course runs Friday to Friday. So I'm going to talk to you about how to look at this course schedule just with this one, and this might change a little bit before it's posted for you, so this is just sort of an example. But over here, this talks about the content of what you're doing. This is your to-do list right here. These are all the things you have to do. And this tells you where it's posted or where it's located. Notice, like, sometimes you're going to go to a website. Sometimes you're going to go to a discussion board. Sometimes it's going to be posted in content. So this is going to tell you where to find what you need in order to complete this to-do list. And then there's a due date. And I want you to notice that our first video series, and please note there are 4, right? There are 4 orientation videos this week, but there will be one every other week that will tell you what's going to happen and center us in the content for that week. And that's always going to be what you start with. You're going to start here. You're going to listen to that. And it says that it's due on Monday. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that so it's very clear that our class runs Friday to Friday. So everything opens on Friday and everything is due Friday at noon. So if I were a student in my class on Friday, I would go in, I would make sure all my homework would be done before noon, obviously, but I would be in the new week on Friday, and this video, this orientation video, this overview video, I would watch that as soon as I could on Friday, so I knew what was going on for the week, and I would see when I could work on my assignments during the weekend, because that is going to be your weekend. The class opens on Friday, or that week opens on Friday, and you will have the weekend to work. So it says that it's due on Monday, but really you should do that as soon as you can on Friday, and you should get done with as much as you can during the weekend, unless of course the bulk of your work is on weekends or something like that. But you're going to want to be working on this class during that weekend. And then you'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in order to work on all of the things that are due on Friday at noon. Okay? So here is the list, and this is not complete because I only took a screenshot, so it doesn't have every single thing on it. But you can see that there are numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think there's 6 actually, possibly 7. I'm not even sure, but those are all the things you have to do. So once you're done with all of these videos that you watch, you're going to check that off here. Check, done. And then you're going to do a 7-minute writing, and it's going to be on your writer's notebook discussion board, right? That's the second thing. Third thing is serial. Fourth thing is the letter of introduction. Fifth thing are these activities, and this is all signing up for VoiceThread, and I'll talk about that in another video. Watch the tutorials, right? Read the syllabus, all that stuff. I want you to know that I have it in order, in the order I want you to do it. I have planned the class the way I want you to ingest the content. So that's why this presentation stuff is first, because I want you to do that first. Okay? And this will be your list of all of the activities that you will have to do. And remember, all of those activities are helping you to become a better writer. And I will talk about that writing muscle later. So that is how the course schedule works. Use it as a checkoff, and I would absolutely print it. All right, this video is going to end, and I'm going to start the next video on the next slide, which is about how we'll use D2L. Okay, thank you.